Hey, what's up, guys? Sean here. A little bit chilly this morning. Had a little bit of time to myself. So, I wanted to show you something. The other day, at camp, I carved a little snowman. And you'll see that in the upcoming video. But I decided that I wanted to paint the little guy. So, I got him all painted up. Turned out pretty cool, right? I thought so. Well, I got to thinking. This guy, little wood spirit, that I carved on the 3 Days of Solitude trip that I went on, he looks kind of like Santa Claus, right? So if I did a couple alterations to him, I can turn this little guy into a Santa Claus and paint him up. And so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to carve him up into a Santa Claus. I'm going to paint him up. I'm going to give one of you guys the chance to win him. So let's go ahead and do that. Now he already kind of looks like Santa Claus, right? So I need to kind of define this little top and make a ball out of it for sure. And then I need to put a little band around his Christmas hat there. And clean him up a little bit. And I think we can just about be ready to paint him. So I got my little carving knife. Now, if you guys watch that video, you'll know that I carved this whole little wood spirit out of wild wood, which means found wood. I carved him with a cold steel Finn Wolf. It's a folding Scandi grind knife, and not the easiest thing to do, but I made it work and it turned out pretty cool. So if I'll go around this edge, all I've got to do is just put a little band on it to kind of look like the fur band on a hat. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Get some little pieces cleaned up on him. And we'll paint this guy. Alright, so I just need to go around this edge. Make a couple little V-cuts. Pretty simple. Define that fur line. Like that. We'll just go along here and do that. And we'll be ready to go. Alright. I think we're just about there. Okay, so really, I cleaned the hat up just a little bit. And I gave him a little band around there. And I kind of defined the little ball area on the hat. So I think now we're pretty well ready to start painting this guy. Pretty simple. Not really a whole lot of paint that has to be done on him. I got to do a little bit of white, a little bit of red, and I'll do a little something for his face, maybe some rosy cheeks or something. But I think we're ready to start painting. I actually had a lot of fun painting up this little guy, so I think this should be fun. So I think the first thing we're going to do is paint the whole thing white. And that'll make everything else kind of pop out. And it'll be a little more even colors on it. So we'll go ahead and get this whole thing painted white. And then of course we got to let that dry. And we'll move on to the next step. And I'm not putting a real thick coat of white on here. I just want it to be even. Basically sealing the wood. All right, I'll finish this up and let it dry, and then I'll be back. Okay, so now I basically got it all painted white. I did put a little extra emphasis of the white on the beard and on the little ball on the hat and the fur band on the hat. So I've kind of got those things a little extra white. So now we got to let this thing dry, and we'll go ahead and get the other stuff painted on there. Now I know why Doug Linker and those guys do it in a studio. So now I got to wait for it to dry, and who knows what the lighting and everything's going to be like when I come back. So we'll let this thing dry. I may go get a hairdryer to try to speed it up, and just see what we can do. I just want to do some short little bursts of heat because I don't want to make this thing crack. Now I think we can kind of move on and do a little of the red on here. We'll do that a little bit at a time, just like we just did that. I'll throw some heat to it and see if we can't speed this process up a little bit. All right, now I think I'm gonna put me some red in one of these. This is my first time really starting to try to paint anything, so I don't know how to make my paint last longer or anything like that. Not real artistic like this, so this is all just experimentation right now. It's kind of fun though, because painting them almost feels like you're putting a little life into them. I know that seems silly or sounds silly, but that's what it feels like. Alright, now we just gotta fill that in, right? Alright. Oop. Santa Claus has a hat. Now after looking at it for a few minutes, I kinda like how you can sort of see the wood coming through that. I don't know, just gives it kind of a folksy feel, sort of. So I think I might leave it like that, and then just paint the space up some now. Alright. Get him out of the way for a second. I just want to get a little water on my brush and drop a couple of drops of water down in here. Almost make it a wash, and if I do that, it should sort of pull some of that white that's already on there in. Maybe I'll just kind of use a much drier paintbrush. See how that works. not terrible. I don't know if that's exactly what I'm going for, but we'll see. Alright, so sort of got the face painted up a little bit. I think I'm gonna take that pink and do a almost like just a bottom lip. Kind of give it just the impression of a bottom lip, sort of. Alright, Montana, enough. Something sort of like that. I kind of like that. Looks pretty cool. I wonder if I can take I'm going to take just a dab of this pink and a tiniest little dab of this red and mix them together and see if I can't rosy these cheeks up just a little bit. Oh no, guys, I think it turned out pretty cool. Looks pretty neat, I think. I'm going to take this fine point, do just the tiniest little dab of black on the end of it. I think I'm going to dab. Just a tiny little blip. Alright. Blip. He's kind of cross-eyed. Alright, so there you go. Not a masterpiece by any stretch of the imagination. I put a little dollop of white for a little twinkle in the eye, and I think that helped him out some. Alright, so if you are interested in winning this little Santa Claus, tomorrow night in our live chat for our newest video, if you're in the live chat, I will ask a Christmas trivia question, and the first one to correctly answer that trivia question will get this little Santa Claus. I'll sign and date the back of it, and we'll ship it out to you as quick as we can. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I know it's just a silly little Santa Claus carving, painting video, but it's kind of the season, so I enjoyed it. And I appreciate you guys watching. See you tomorrow night.